Okay, so today we're going to be talking about Kenobi episodes 3 and 4 and what we think of it. So, starts off on the new planet, right? And they're being pursued by the Empire. It's like, what's the word? It's kind of strange how trusting Obi-Wan is right now, don't you think? I mean, to me it would make sense, but from what we understand of his character, it's very off, isn't it?
What, with him not trusting virtually anyone?
Yeah, literally.
He don't. Obi-Wan literally trusts absolutely no one. The only person he trusts besides himself is Princess Leia. It's like, you're trusting it. Okay, I understand who Leia is. She's obviously Anakin's daughter. It's like, she's 10.
Yeah.
I understand it, and I think that's due to everything he's been through.
Mm.
You know, he's lost his way of life. He's lost his friends. He's lost his brother. He's lost everything. So I can understand it, but it's like, come on, Obi-Wan, you got to remember back when you were a Jedi Knight. I mean, there were still good people that you could trust. The fact that he's kind of like, no, everyone's shit, everyone's a bad person, we're not doing this. Where she's kind of like, no, you know, everyone's cool, you know, we can trust basically random people that we've never met before, which is a gamble. I mean,
Yeah,
I mean I mean, I don't think we know what species that mole creature is.
No, we don't.
But he's there like, yeah, welcome aboard. Hail the Empire. And it's like, alright, cool, yeah, the Empire. Great, love it, brilliant, sweet. But it seems that I like it no matter where he goes. His PTSD kicks in. It's like, what is that? Oh, it's Anakin. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, he's here. That like random PTSD shot of like Obi-Wan just looking in the distance, and it's like, okay, he's not seen Vader. He's not seen Vader as Vader, like how we know him with the black suit. He's seen Vader when he's still in the physical embodiment of Anakin. I like that. I thought that was well, beautifully done. The way Sarah was like, oh, there's Anakin. Seeing Hayden Christensen back again as Anakin, love it. I love that guy. To me, he is Anakin. Okay, yeah, he got a hell of a lot of shit and a lot of hate for the prequels.
But
I loved it.
I find it weird though, because like when you're talking about the prequels, most of the bad shit was from the critics. It wasn't really the fans that were on it, and then the fans just kind of rolled with it. Because I mean, if you remember back then, it was what was it, 2005, something like that.
So
internet wasn't really a thing.
So when you say back then, what are we talking? When Hayden Christensen was Anakin or Anakin? We're talking Hayden Christensen.
When he was Hayden, yeah.
So that was 2002 Attack of the Clones.
And then 2005 was
Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
He got a lot of stick for it. Me, I actually thought he portrayed Anakin brilliantly.
They wanted him to be a whiny teenager, and that's what they got.
And that's what he was. He was a whiny, complaining teenager. He was the way he was because I think his ego was catapulted through the roof due to everyone keep telling him, oh, you're so amazing. You're the chosen one. You're here to save us all. Bring balance to the Force. I think the Jedi themselves were part of the reason why Anakin fell and why he was the way he was, a whiny, bitchy teenager. Is like, oh, I'm so great, I can do whatever I want. No one's really a contest for me because I'm the chosen one. I'm here to bring balance, not only to the Force, but bring balance and peace to the universe.
Yeah, and I think part of that is also because it's like they gave him a lot of contradictions. Like they were like, oh yeah, he's the chosen one, he's this, he's that, and he's everything, but they didn't trust him. It's like, how can you say that someone is supposed to be this most important being in the universe, but you don't trust him?
It was, but wasn't it? it was the only one that really, well, the only ones that really said he was the chosen one was Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan. Like, the Jedi Council, like, Mace was like, he's the chosen one? According to who? We've yet to test this kid and to see what the hell he's capable of and what his potential is, and you're trying to say he's the chosen one, like he's the embodiment of the myth, and was it not the myth, the legend of the chosen one? Like, he is
the Jedi prophecy.
Yeah, that's what it was. I couldn't think of the bloody word. It's the prophecy. It's like, you're telling me he's the child of prophecy, the one that's here to save us all. And it's like, but how do you know that? You've just met this kid. And it's like, are you doubting Qui-Gon? Really? I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that Qui-Gon was wrong or Qui-Gon was right or that Mace is better than Qui-Gon. But there's like, what? You're telling me you don't trust someone that was as well gifted, heavily respected, and as wise as Qui-Gon Jinn?
I think that plays into more of the Jedi downfall, though. They if you didn't go along with what they were saying, then you were less trustworthy or something, you know?
I mean, the Jedi, they got way too political, and obviously became in a way a military. And it's like, but that's not what you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be peacekeepers. I mean, if you want, what the Jedi, I would say, are supposed to be is kind of like what you have with the United Nations. They've got peacekeepers. Everyone's like, look, we're here, we exist, we're here to stop shit kicking off. We're not really going to get involved. We have no influence over nothing. We're just here to maintain order, which is kind of like the Jedi. But it was good seeing like Obi-Wan just constantly breaking down every now and then. It's like he could look off into the distance, how he done, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, Anakin's here. Oh, hell no.
Yeah, I think a lot of people seem to forget that even though the Jedi are peacekeepers, when the Clone Wars occurred, they were soldiers. And so in that context, a soldier suffering from PTSD is very, very realistic in that respect. Well, I also found it quite interesting that the way he perceived Anakin was robed, like he saw him while he was killing the younglings.
Oh, yeah, no. I agree. I think that is good, is he didn't see Anakin as the happy-go-lucky Jedi that he was. Is he see him as the mass murderer that he was. Would you say, I mean, you can't really say he committed genocide, but he basically...
I mean, I would say that you could call it genocide, because if you remember, at the time there was, like 1,000 Jedi or more? And he purged most of them, so that would fit the description of a genocide.
Yeah. So, it was good that he see him as the physical body of Anakin, but it was starting to be the persona of Darth Vader. He looked like Anakin, but at that point he was Vader. Because that was by the time he'd already pledged allegiance to the Emperor, and he'd cut off the arm of Mace Windu, and then he was thrown out of a window.
Yeah, well, that occurs before he swears allegiance, but yeah.
But you know what I mean. It's all around about the same point. Whereas, like, he attacks Windu, then he gets down and he pledges allegiance to Palpatine as there is, like, rise Lord Vader. I mean, okay, slightly going off slightly off topic from Kenobi. I think Mace Windu is alive.
I mean, there's no reason why he couldn't be. I mean, we've seen people survive falls like that from
the thing is, Samuel L. Jackson said it. He's believed it the entire time. There was like, I'm not dead. There was like, Mace, no, totally alive. There was like,
what I find interesting as well is one of the people that was connected to Kenobi, which was Bryce Dallas Howard. You know, the one from Jurassic Park and that.
Yeah.
Jurassic World, sorry.
Yeah.
She's also a director. And he literally atted her at Twitter, and she didn't comment on it, but like the emojis she used, you were just like,
Well, I think it's he's apparently spoke to George Lucas and was like, "Am I alive?" And George is like, "Look, if you want to be alive, you're alive." Everyone else is like, "No, Mace is dead," and it's like, well, if George Lucas is cool with it, he's alive, and he's like, but as Samuel Jackson says himself, him losing an arm is nothing.
Well, yeah, I mean, Darth Vader lost 4 limbs.
I mean, Vader lost practically everything. Luke loses an
Let's
arm.
look at Grievous, man.
Well, besides Anakin, your other best example, as you said, is General Grievous. Grievous lost
95% of his entire body.
and he's still alive. Luke lost an arm, still alive. I mean, okay, it is a bit different. Like Darth Maul was cut in half, still survived. Him getting his arm cut off and falling, what, 20 stories? Is it possible for a Jedi of Mace Windu's capabilities? Yes, 100% has to be possible. I mean, wasn't it during Attack of the Clones, during the movie, where you see like them doing a car chase scene through the air? Anakin just jumps out. Okay, he obviously doesn't fall to the ground, but he falls quite a hell of a distance.
Yeah, and falls and then lands in a speeder, yeah.
Yeah, and he okay, as I said, it's not the ground, but it's a speeder, but Jesus, he falls quite a height. So it's like, okay, if Anakin can kind of do that.
And he had picked up a speed by then, and yet he's still in a fucking speeder and he was fine.
Yeah, he went down and didn't really sustain virtually any injury from hitting that speeder, and thinking that, he must have probably fallen 100 or 200 feet. So he still flew down quite a distance. Mace more than likely fell down an even bigger distance when you're thinking about where Palpatine's office was and the bottom.
Yeah, but he also got quite a bit of velocity when he went out, because obviously he was being shot out on the window.
Yeah. So he would have gone straight to the ground, but I think by the time as he's falling, could he have obviously collected himself enough that he could have used the Force to stop himself from falling? Yeah. As I said, it's Mace Windu. He's one of the most powerful Jedi of all. The only really person, I think, at that point that was kind of, if we're taking out Anakin, the only one that was really above him in terms of power was Yoda.
Yeah.
So if we're trying to say that someone that like the capabilities of Mace Windu couldn't survive that, then I don't know what else.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly.
I did like it though, the way, again, going back to Kenobi, is when they pick up the stormtroopers and you can see obviously underneath their helmets they're kind of like, there's something about this guy that's not right. So it's like, you're in the middle of nowhere on some random ass planet. Oh, you're here to visit people? Okay, something's definitely suspicious about it. But I think that interaction between Obi-Wan and Leia, the way he's telling her, indirectly telling her about Padme, and the way she kind of like, are you, as in when she asked him, it's like, are you my dad? And he's like, I wish I was. And so it's like, okay.
I mean, yeah, some people have taken that out of context.
Yeah, people.
It wasn't that he had wished he was her dad. It was more that she wished that he had the answer to give her. Whereas people were just like, oh, a confirmation of the love triangle. And I was like, no, it's not. It's like he just wants to be able to give her the answers that she wants.
The thing is, at this point in her life, he cannot give her the answers.
No, because her life would be in peril.
Yeah, her life would be in peril, plus she's still way too young for her to even, I think, understand and comprehend who the hell her mother is, and two, her father.
Yeah, exactly.
If her mum's one complicated person, oh boy, is her dad a goddamn anomaly. I know I messed that word up. I know exactly what I meant to say.
Yeah, I know what you meant. And I think, like, his, like, now, his kind of jaded approach to life, like, not trusting people, you see it actually backfires on him in that episode. Massively. Like, if he just stayed where they told him to, he would have been fine. He wouldn't have been found by the Empire, and he could have got home as quickly as possible.
He just allowed her to just kind of dictate, and was like, oh yeah, we see this random creature, don't know who or what the hell it is, let's go befriend it. I mean, okay, I will admit, I know obviously it wasn't the perfect time to do it, but the way she's there like, oh hi, how are you, blah 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 blah, and it's like, introduce yourself, Dad, and he's just like, hello. And so it's like, I wanted him so bad. I don't get me wrong, I was angry that he just didn't look at the guy and go, hello there.
You wanted it.
I wanted it so much for him to just look at that guy and go, hello there. And the fact that he didn't do it, I will admit, as I said, I was angry. I was so deeply upset. Thinking back on it, it was the wrong time to do it, and it was not the appropriate time to use that catchphrase.
Yeah.
He was just going to go, alright, how's it going? So I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, and I think, like, as when he meets the Imperial officer that then helps them, you know, the one that was actually working for that path.
Tala.
Yeah, Tala, yeah. And I think after meeting her, he starts trusting people a bit more, so I think that was quite good.
Well, I mean, it made sense for him to trust her, because not only was she an Imperial officer, was the fact that she's an Imperial officer who's like, I'm not for the Empire. I've seen what the Empire is actually all about. No, I completely disagree with it.
Now, of course, the highlight of episode 3 was fucking Vader.
Before, okay, the bit of the before we get to Vader, the bit where him and Leia were talking, and then he just called, and instead of him calling her by her made up name, where he looks and goes Leia, and the guy's like, hold up a second, what'd you call her? Oh, Leia was her mum. Hold up a second. It's like, yeah, no. And the way she looks at him, like,
you done fucked up.
Sarah's like, really? And she's just looking at him like, really? Did you? It's like, we've only been doing this for like 2 minutes, and you've already cocked it up. There's like, it was your idea. You come up with the names, and then you fucked it up. It's like, you're serious.
But I think at the same time as well, though, it also did work, because he does look disheveled and out of places. So, like you said, he gets easily confused. And
yeah,
they bought it, because if they didn't, they would have stayed in there and they would have like.
Yeah.
It wasn't until like the fucking mole bastard actually goes, oh yeah, I was bringing them in because they're very suspicious, that they then just turned on him.
Yeah, that's true, but it's just the way she looks at him like,
you absolute muppet.
It's like, are you goddamn serious? She's like, I couldn't even get it right. I'm 10. You're a goddamn grown ass man. And it's like, you cocked that up. And she just looked, I'm sorry, but the look on her face, the way she just looks at him like, really? To me, is perfect. But yeah, the highlight of episode 3 for me is Vader.
Oh, 100%.
Holy Christ. Goddamn, he's so goddamn fucking terrifying. He's terrifying beyond belief.
And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, so this is why everybody's scared of Vader. It's like, yeah, dude's fucking terrifying.
So it's like, oh, why is Lord Vader this horrifying creature? Oh no. That's what he does. Oh, no. Oh, dude, he's ruthless.
The fact is, there was like no emotion behind it whatsoever. No. He literally did it just to draw out Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I was like, that's cold.
See, the thing is there was like the way Vader turned up, and the other Inquisitors are like, don't look at him, put your head down. Like, what was it? The
fifth brother.
The fifth brother, the third sister. I looked it up. The other one. I've actually forgot. I think she's the sixth sister. And the way they're just like, don't make eye contact with Vader. I don't know. he's like, well, I guess maybe if you look at him, he's going to rip your head off.
Yeah, well, obviously the Grand Inquisitor was there too.
Was he? No, he weren't.
No, sorry, that was in the last episode, yeah.
Yeah, that was episode 2, because at that point he was quote-unquote dead. Whereas there it's like, oh, Vader's
we
here,
know,
Vader's
we
here.
know that's bullshit.
I mean, okay, yeah, we know that obviously the Grand Inquisitor is
He's
not
definitely
dead.
going to come back.
I mean, one, obviously, I don't think they're going to retcon Rebels, but 2 is like, he's in Rebels, so you know he's alive.
Yeah.
Which is the way that it's like, okay, here's some troops, here are Inquisitors, they put their heads down, and Vader just turns up and it's like, oh, this guy is terrifying.
Just walking through the town.
It's like, what's Vader gonna do? And there's like walking, casually just ripping people out from where they're hiding with the Force and just killing them outright.
And you're like, fuck.
It's like, god damn, this dude is, not only is he powerful, but Jesus, is he terrifying. It was like, could you imagine being somewhere pitch black? And there was like, okay, there's something here. I can sense it. And then just, it's like, no, that's it. No, I'm done. I would immediately be like, yeah, no, I'm not doing this.
And then we're like the kid that comes out to try and save his dad in it, and he just boom, snaps his neck. You're like, oh.
And it's like, oh yeah, you think you're hiding behind your window? No, pull you out with the Force, and I'm just going to beat you with it. And so it's like, oh, I'm going to run out and just slam you in the wall with the Force.
Dragging someone across the floor, like.
And it's like, oh, you think that
shit.
you're going to be hiding behind me and I'm not going to notice? Drag you through the mud with the Force because, damn it, because I can, because I'm that powerful. And it's like, oh, you're hiding. Remove the boxes. Out you come, dead. And it's like, this guy's a monster. Like, damn right, Vader at that point was a monster. Okay, obviously later on he becomes a hell of a lot worse, but Jesus Christ, he's just a monster. He's ruthless. You can see, because the thing is, he knows Obi-Wan's there, and oh boy, he's pissed. He's there, he's like,
You can feel him through the
he can
Force.
feel him. He's like, Kenobi, Master, you're here. I'm not 100% sure where. I do know you're here, because boy, can I feel you. I mean, okay, that doesn't sound right, but there's like, I can sense you.
Well, no, because as we've explained before, the Masters and Apprentices have Force bonds. Even Count Dooku and Yoda had one.
I mean, like, it's just the way he just goes through, and then Obi-Wan's like, okay, I need to get the hell out of here, but I want to see what he's gonna do. The thing is,
I think it was for Kenobi. I think it was more shock.
what Vader was doing.
Yeah, or just feeling his presence and how malicious it was.
It was like,
I think it was just shock. I think it was like, fuck.
why he could feel like, oh god, this guy is pure hatred. Like this guy's got issues. So
To me, he was standing there thinking, "Oh my god, is that Anakin? Like, what the hell?"
So it was like, Anakin, brother, the hell happened to you? It was like, you weren't this guy. It's like you were this happy-go-lucky, whingy little bitch. Now you're just this cold-hearted, ruthless killer. Like, what happened? And so it was like, well, you know, Kenobi, what happened? You know what you done to him, Mustafa, dude. I mean, come on, you practically.
And it was
you
like,
butchered him.
Yeah, it's like and then obviously Obi-Wan baited him towards like the mining area, away from all of the people.
I think,
and his showing in that fight was so weak. Like, he just keeps trying to run away. And I'm like, fair enough for a normal person. Like, I will fucking run away because it's Darth Vader.
I mean,
like, Obi-Wan, come on.
Yeah,
man.
but as I said, it's like the way Obi-Wan is there, it's like, I really need to get the hell out of here, but I want to see what he's going to do. The thing is, any normal person, in reality, you're going to want to see what this guy's going to do. It's like, okay, I know who you are. What are you going to do? Let's stay. It's like, I really should go, but I really want to have a look. Human curiosity.
Yeah.
That's what I think, in a way, betrayed him. Is his human curiosity. It's like, what's he going to do? What the hell is he going to do to these people? Oh, no. Okay, I shouldn't have stayed. Really should have gone. Really wish I'd never have stayed. If I'd have actually left, people might not have been killed. The first person, yeah, definitely dead, 100%.
Oh yeah, he killed that guy.
But the other ones, there was like, if you'd have just walked away like you were supposed to, the other people might have survived. However, with him running away, it might have infuriated Vader even more. They're like, oh, now you're running? Okay, these people are going to have to suffer. But the way he...
But I think it's telling in that what Darth Vader's tactic was. Because, like, as you said, he was pure rage at the time. But he also knows Obi-Wan Kenobi. Or at least the Obi-Wan Kenobi he remembers. So he was trying to bait the Kenobi that he remembers into showing himself.
Yeah, he was like, come on, Obi-Wan. Bring yourself out. Let's see the great Jedi Master, the General of the Clone Wars. Come on. Bring your ass back out here. Let's go. Let's do this. I'm going to fuck you up. And then when he's like teasing, I'm sorry, but that was it's just terrifying. They're just like, okay, it's quiet. There's nothing here. Fuck, it's Vader. No, I'm done. I'm gonna run away. Screw this shit. And it's like, okay, it's quiet. It's dark. No, I'm done. I'm gone. I'm going home.
Yeah, because he lured him to, like, what was it? Like a quarry or something? And I was just like, what's Kenobi gonna do? Like, he spends most of his time running the fuck away.
Kenobi knew there was no way he was getting out of there without actually having to challenge him. And it was like, well, come in. And you can see Obi-Wan's like...
He really didn't want to fight him.
He did not. Would you blame him? I mean, he was so disconnected.
I don't want to fight Darth Vader.
I mean, I don't want to fight him in general. So it's like, who's that? It's Vader. So it's like, Lord Vader? Yeah. Can I
Knowing for a fact that I'm significantly weakened from the last time I fought this guy, no, I definitely would not want to be fighting Darth Vader.
As I said, like, for me, there was like, oh, look, Lord Vader. There was like, you're going to fight me. No? Can I join your side? Like, yeah, screw this shit. It's like, can I fight with you?
And he's trying to run away, and then, like, Darth Vader's just, like, chastising him, like, he's very disappointed.
He must have...
He's just like, you've grown weak.
He must have been using the Force to speed himself up. No way is Vader that clunky moving that fast.
I mean, they've always surmised that he can use the Force to speed himself up if he wants to. The reason why he walks after people is the menace factor.
Oh, see, that reminds me of, like, Jason Voorhees, Friday the 13th, Michael Myers, Halloween, and there's like, I'm a big dude, and I'm going to walk so slow, and you're going to shit yourself, and I can walk this slow because I know for a fact you're not getting away. So I don't need to...
And the thing is like, normally he can't run that fast anyway, because of his slims and stuff.
Not due to him being that slow and that clunky, and due to the technology of his suit being... shit.
But at the same time, because he's so powerful in the Force, he doesn't need to run after you.
No, he's like...
If he wanted to prevent you from escaping, he's just going to grab you.
See, the thing is, they're like, I don't need to be able to move quick. I'm just going to, like, hack my body. I'm going to use the Force. Screw you guys. I'm going to use the Force. And that's what he does. It was like, yeah, I'm going to use the Force to speed my ass up.
Yeah,
God,
because
could you imagine that?
He can do that.
Imagine that, right? You were there like, okay, I'm... quite a safe distance from Lord Vader. Is going to take his time to get here. Oh shit, how the fuck is he moving that fast? No.
You see, the thing is,
it's like 1 minute he's there, it's like, yeah, slow.
Yeah.
Force, moving fast. No, done.
Because a lot of people seem to forget that there was a scene in episode 1 between Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon Jinn where they did use the Force to, like, move ridiculously fast to get out of the firing range of the droidekas. So they can use the Force to speed themselves up, and do. Even Yoda does it. Yoda uses the Force to compensate for the fact that he's old as fuck.
I mean, yeah.
This is why he's fucking bouncing off of the walls and all that shit.
Yeah, because he has to use the Force. Because he's like 900 and like, I'm so old, I need to use the Force. And because he's that powerful, he can. And Vader's like, right, I'm powerful in the Force. Even though... him losing his limbs, he was 80% the power of Palpatine. So he lost power due to, obviously, the fight with Obi-Wan. But still, even at 80% the power of the Emperor, holy shit, is he still powerful?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people use that. Like, they're like, oh yeah, but he lost a third of his potential. And I was like, yeah, but that's potential. That's not actual power.
From what I've seen, I think that come from George Lucas himself is, at that point, he was 80% the power of Palpatine. Had he not lost, he'd have been 200%. And it's like, oh, this guy's overpowered as shit. But as I said, even though he lost quite a significant amount of power, even as Vader with that clunky ass, cheap shit technology suit, Jesus, is he powerful in the Force?
Yeah, I mean,
Holy
people forget that him losing his limbs and him losing that potential, they're just like, oh, well, he's not powerful anymore. And it's like, no, he is. Darth Vader has always been more powerful than Anakin was at the end of Revenge of the Sith. He just can't reach his full potential anymore.
Yeah,
he's still much stronger than Anakin.
He's much stronger than what Anakin was at the end of Revenge of the Sith, because obviously at that point, Anakin never reached his full potential. If he did, obviously Vader would never been able to contest that. But still, yes, he is more powerful than what Anakin was, but it's just
not as powerful as he could have been.
Yeah, he's not as powerful as he could have been. As I said, 200% the power of the Emperor.
I think that's more of an exaggeration. He'd definitely be more powerful then.
Well, as I said, that's from what I've seen, that's come from Lucas. I'm not arguing with Lucas.
Yeah, but Lucas is also the one that said he lost a third of his potential. So if you add on the third of the potential, that still doesn't add up to 200%.
Look, I don't know, dude. I'm not arguing with Papa George.
I'm just saying, the maths don't work. But he would be more powerful than Palpatine for sure.
Yeah, Palpatine would have been no contest for him. But it's just when you see Vader, and it's like, okay, when he obviously gets into that suit, he has to basically restart life. He has to learn how to fight, how to walk, how to move. He has to learn how to do bloody everything.
I mean, he doesn't even use two hands to fight you anymore. He just uses one arm because he could kill you with the Force as well.
Because his suit is shit. His suit is that shit for a reason, and that's because the worse it is, the angrier he becomes, the more into the dark side he can tap into.
Well, I think based on what they say in universe, it's more that it limits his potential enough that he wouldn't think to challenge Palpatine directly.
Yeah, because he knows, okay,
he can't put his arm over his shoulder, for example.
Yeah, at this point he knows, I have no choice but to stay by the Emperor. Do I really need him? No, but I have no choice because I've got nothing.
Yeah,
has literally nothing. The only basically family that he has at that point that he's aware of is the Emperor. And the Emperor hadn't really found anyone worthy enough to challenge Vader to take over as his apprentice.
He had a few people that he lined up as challenges for Vader, but Vader just ripped their shit apart because he's fucking Vader.
But that's what I'm saying, is like, Palpatine hadn't found anyone worthy enough to replace him as his apprentice.
Yeah, so, well, obviously it wasn't until he found Luke that he actually had a reasonable replacement.
Yeah.
Because let's be realistic, Luke was powerful enough to be Anakin at his full potential.
What?
Maybe not exactly the same, but at least enough.
He could challenge, if it come down to it, Anakin beats Luke.
At a full potential, yeah.
If both Luke and Anakin are in their full potential, Anakin will take him.
But I think that's more to do with his actual combat experience over his actual power. Because as we know, the power difference doesn't really make too much of a difference if you know the person well enough.
True, but I still think Anakin would take Luke any day.
Yeah, I mean, but Luke and Leia together.
Well, that's 2 against 1.
Yeah, he's definitely not going to win that.
No, two against 1. You're not going to lose when you've got your own kids
that are nearly as powerful as you would be at your full potential.
Yeah, so no, as I said, I think Anakin versus Luke, both with full potential, Anakin takes him.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that.
Yeah,
to be fair,
I think Anakin at his full potential would have probably been uncontested by virtually anyone. Like Darkseid, doesn't matter who the hell you are. It's like I'm gonna.
he's taking you.
It's like I'm practically gonna be in the point, and I'm a.
But I think
he'd practically be like, I'm that powerful. I'm like a demigod.
Well, I mean, he is. If you remember from Clone Wars, when he was on that planet with the ones,
yeah,
he had the embodiment of the dark side and the embodiment of the light side. They were trying to fuck his shit. He just boom, cold their asses down.
That's what I'm saying. So okay, in Legends, Luke is that powerful. He's practically a deity. Like he's like a demigod himself.
Yeah, he can become one with the Force without dying.
Yeah. So Anakin, as I said, what he'd done to the brother and the sister. And that wasn't even at his full potential. Yeah, that guy would be uncontested by virtually anyone. They're like, oh, you want to fight me? All right, we can do this. It won't work out so well for you, but sure, let's give it a go. It's like, all right, you want to go? Sure.
You get to see quite a bit of just going back to Kenobi. You see quite a bit of Vader's sadistic side when it comes to Obi-Wan Kenobi, man. When he just drags him through the fire and shit, and he just leaves him there. I was like, oh.
Because, okay, yeah, people are like, why doesn't Obi-Wan have any scars? Because he'd have probably been put straight in, okay, not straight away, but he'd have been picked up and then brought to somewhere and thrown in the bacta tank. Example, Boba Fett.
Yeah, and let's not forget, he was raked through fire, not fucking lava. Like, it was a totally different story.
Yeah, people obviously had an issue with Vader not walking through the fire because that suit is basically indestructible.
It's space worthy, yeah.
He can survive in space. He's gone down in the lava on Mustafar.
It survived the
vacuum of space.
It survived the vacuum of space. It's also survived the depths of oceans, but he was using the Force to compensate for that as well.
But then he can walk through fire. He can survive getting hit in a way by lightsabers and blasters and shit. It's like that suit is fucking. I want one. I want an upgraded version, but I want one.
I mean, a lot of people are kind of like, they're confused as to why he let Obi-Wan get away. I mean, the way I see it is...
He's toying with it.
He's toying with Kenobi, but also the weakness of Kenobi as he is means that destroying him at that moment doesn't mean anything because he's already broken.
It was basically, when he fought Obi-Wan, he was like, right, I'm going to challenge this guy at his power. I'm going to best him. And then he fights him and he's like, oh, you're worthless.
He's weak and
because people know, why did Vader let him go? It's like, because he was no contest to Vader at that point. And as a fighter, he's worthless to him. And it would be an unsatisfactory victory. You could see Vader was not pleased.
He was already a broken man. He's like, he doesn't want to fight the broken Ben Kenobi. He wants to fight Jedi General Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's who he wants to fight.
He wants to fight him how he last see him in Revenge of the Sith. He wants to see him like super powerful. It's like, right, let's go. I'm going to challenge you again. This time I'm kicking your ass. And then when he sees him, it's like, you're no contest to me. I'm not even going to bother killing you because you're worthless. It was pathetic.
Yeah.
He wasn't satisfied. As I said, if he would have... Okay, we know he wouldn't have killed him because, episodes 4, like the rest of the sequel... Well, the original trilogy, sorry. We knew, obviously, he never would have killed him. But still, it's... When, as a fighter, you want someone that's at their full potential... Not who's weak. Otherwise, if you beat a fucking dying dog, it's just pointless. And it's like, oh, you're already weak and dying. If I beat you now, it's just kind of like, oh, what has that shown me? I'm better than a dog that's dying. Well, it's like, well, that's nothing.
Yeah.
You want him at his maximum power so you can best him.
He wanted him to have all his full power back so he could best him at his best.
So he could best him at his best, and then he can prove to him and show to him, like, look, I'm better than you. I might have lost my limbs, but goddamn, I'm better than you now. Kiss my ass. And it's like, it's like, I was the student, now I've become the master. And the thing is, when we're talking about Obi-Wan, defensively, he's perfect. Even Mace Windu was like, yeah, Obi-Wan in his defensive form, you ain't going to test him. He's unrivaled.
He's an undisputed master of his form.
Yeah, no one could contest Obi-Wan. And if Vader had beaten that, he's conquered the basically unconquerable. He's done the impossible. He's defeated Obi-Wan defensively.
Exactly. And that's what he wants.
And that's what he wants. He wants to do, because he knows the way he is and how powerful he is and how brilliant he is in his form. If he could beat that, as there was like, I've done the impossible. Now that I've beat Obi-Wan like that, no one can contest me. No one's be able to rival me. How can you?
Exactly.
I mean, yeah. Could obviously Vader walk through the fire to pick him up with the Force? Yeah, he could have. Would it have been badass to see? Yes. Is he afraid of fire? No. But he just stood there because he wanted him to get away so he could suffer even more. I think in a way, it'd be like what you'd kind of get in Dragon Ball. There is like, I'm not fighting you now, you're pathetic. Get lost, go train, come back, and we'll fight again. And that's kind of like what Vader was doing. It's like, look, you're pathetic and weak, I'm not killing you now, you're no challenge to me, get lost, go into a Bacta tank, get healed up, get your ass back training again, reconnect yourself to the Force, and then I will challenge you and best you. Not now. You're worthless. But yeah, the whole fighting scene and him just appearing and scaring the absolute shit out of him, beautiful, brilliant, loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
Again.
Weren't keen on the end of the episode though. It's like the princess getting kidnapped again. You're like, really?
I weren't too sure.
It's a bit cliche, isn't it?
I mean, what is she? Princess Leia or Princess Peach?
Yeah. Sorry, she's in another solar system.
So it's like, she's been kidnapped again. It's like, oh my god, am I just going to have to ring Mario at this point and get this goddamn fucking annoying little bitch saved?
It's like, sorry, Kenobi, she's in another solar system.
And he's like, but I've just gone through all of this. I've gone up against Vader. And again, you're kidnapped. And it's like, oh my god, you've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, but then again, that does lead into episode 4, which was pretty awesome. Like, they infiltrated the, what's it called? The Fortress Inquisitorius, isn't it? I think it's called?
What? The headquarters of the Inquisitors?
Yes, I think it's called Fortress Inquisitorius. I'm sure that's what it's
Probably.
called. And it looks exactly like it looked in the Fallen Order game, which was pretty cool.
Oh, okay. So episode 4 is Tala.
Yeah, she rescued him. They took him to what was the planet, Jabin?
I think so.
And they put him in a Bacta tank.
Oh, what's the guy's name?
Oh, you mean the Resistance leader guy?
Yeah,
Roken. It's Roken. I'm sure.
Roken.
Yeah, Roken. Yeah.
I was going to say Rogu, but that's Roger from American Dad's deformed son's name, which obviously is vastly different.
Yeah, it's Roken, I'm sure.
Roken. So we're probably both getting it wrong, but again, it doesn't really matter. Getting the names of these characters correct is really not relevant.
Yeah, I mean, some of them have really ridiculous names anyway.
Like Tala, we'll get to what happens to her. There's no point skipping that. So he's okay. I did see people saying, when he was going in and out of consciousness, would it have been good to see flashbacks of him and Anakin fighting on Mustafar? Yeah. I think he was still preoccupied with potentially dying.
Yeah.
To obviously them going back and they're like, look at them fighting. It's like, no.
But I think at that time though, he was focusing on his own failure.
Yeah, because he still sees it as
Anakin went to the dark side and I didn't stop him.
well, wasn't that what he said to Vader when they first met up? Is I'm sorry, Anakin, I failed you.
No, he said what he said was what have you become? So, and Vader was like, I am what you made me.
Yeah, so he obviously is focusing on more of one, I've just got my ass dragged slowly through fire, and two, I failed him. How the hell am I going to fix this? They was like, well, you're putting basically the weight of the galaxy on one dude. It's a hell of a lot of pressure.
And he's probably also thinking, the fact that I didn't kill him means that now the galaxy suffers.
Yeah, so it's like he might have been regretting not killing Vader there and then, like not killing Anakin and just ending it like, look, this guy needs to die. He has to go. He didn't kill him, obviously, we know that. But I think maybe Obi-Wan was thinking, well, one, I've just been dragged through fire. I'm in immense goddamn pain. Two, he might be regretting not killing him. Three, he's got the weight of the whole galaxy on his shoulders. And two, and then he's got the safety of both Luke and Leia that he's got to keep hidden and protected. Otherwise, if he dies, at some point Vader would have found Luke and Leia.
Yeah, but I mean, as I said to you before as well, I've always been of the opinion that had Vader died when on Mustafar, those kids would have been in more danger anyway, because the fact that Vader was alive made them more cautious.
Yeah, because if Vader would have been killed on Mustafar, or when him and Obi-Wan fought again when he was in the suit, it's like, okay, Vader's dead, that's it, Anakin's gone. Obviously, Luke and Leia later in life would have understood why Obi-Wan done what he done, killing their father. But I was like, look, I done what I had to do, not because what I wanted to do. I didn't want to kill him, but I needed to kill him. But then, with him being killed straight away, obviously if we never see him in episodes 4, 5 and 6 of the movies, then they'd have been like, okay,
Palpatine would have been on the lookout for
replacements.
A replacement. And who would be a better replacement than two kids that are fucking ridiculously powerful in the Force?
It was like, okay, I need a replacement. Okay, yeah, he might have slightly bent the rules for the rule of two.
Well, not necessarily, because he could have had them compete against each other.
What, Luke versus Leia?
Yeah, and the one that was weaker might have become the Grand Inquisitor instead.
Oh, actually, oh God! Imagine like Luke as the replacement for Vader and Leia as the Grand Inquisitor, or vice versa. Luke as the Grand Inquisitor, Leia as.
See, I reckon if that is what would have occurred, I reckon that Leia probably would have been stronger than him. Not because.
But hasn't that basically been hinted at that if Leia actually trained to become a Jedi, or trained in the ways of the Force, she would have actually been slightly more powerful than Luke?
I don't think their power would have been different. I think it's more of her mentality. She has a mother's mentality.
Whereas he's
more
Anakin.
like Anakin.
So, basically, Luke and Leia are on equal playing fields.
In terms of power, yeah.
God, could you imagine that? Like,
but with Leia, because she was raised with the tactical awareness of being on Alderaan. She was raised to be a queen.
Well, see, the
that's how
thing
she
is,
thinks.
right? So you saying Vader? Okay, Vader dies.
If Vader died on Mustafar, the children still would have been separated.
They'd have still been separated, but they would have been in more danger because they would have been as less careful because they were like, well, who else is going to come to find the kids? And it was like, Palpatine.
Exactly.
Now,
The only person they'd be thinking about is Palpatine. But because they're political...
They wouldn't have thought about him at first until then they'd have obviously seen probably Palpatine giving a speech or something and they'd be like, oh, how the hell did we forget the Emperor? Now I think is Palpatine takes Luke and Leia, he kidnaps them. He trains them in the ways of the dark side. They would have obviously turned around and be like, alright, us two combined, we're taking this dude. Could you imagine that? Like Luke and Leia in the dark side challenging Palpatine, destroying him, and then Luke and Leia are ruling the galaxy as brother and sister.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah, no.
The thing is, though, is that he might have anticipated that, though. He might have had them have a rivalry while they were growing up.
True.
Because if they're roughly equal in power, then whoever's going to win is going to win.
I think overall their bond might have still brought them back together, and they're like, wait, why are we even bothering fighting when both of us together are equal? We're more powerful than this dude. He's a wrinkly old man. Let's kill him. We're like, what?
They'd been about the 20s at that
So
point.
what? Let's say 30, 40 years younger than the Emperor. So it was like, yeah, what? We've got youth. He's got experience.
Yeah, but what you're forgetting is that the Emperor knows the essence transfer.
True.
So he may pick Luke purely on the basis that he can use that as a new vessel for himself.
True. But could you imagine that? Like Luke and Leia like challenging the Emperor, killing his ass, and they're like, yeah, do you want to just split the Empire and we rule it together as Emperor and Empress, brother and sister? It's like, alright. It's like, yeah, no. Nope.
Well, I mean, the Sith rule too is that there can be two, so...
Yeah.
They would probably fight each other to assert who's the dominant one, though.
Oh.
Like Maul did with Savage.
Yeah. But they could have, because they'd have probably been both equal, they'd have probably just been like, well, then we'll just both simultaneously be the Emperor.
Yeah, see, if they were trained by Palpatine, though, I don't think that would have been it. How it works.
Possibly, but...
Getting back to episode 4.
So where are we with episode 4?
Right, so Leia's been kidnapped again. And Obi-Wan was in the back to tank having PTSD flashbacks.
Again, obviously it's understandable.
Which is understandable.
Which is completely understandable. It's like, it's also just, it wasn't just he was dragged through fire. He was slowly dragged through fire, so he suffered as much.
And left there.
And then left there in fire. Until, he was picked up by the
droid.
The droid. What type of a droid was it?
A loaded droid.
Loaded droid. I still think that's someone in disguise.
Yeah.
I stand by that. That's someone in disguise.
Definitely. Yeah, it feels like that, doesn't it?
So, he's having his poor mental flashbacks. Then... obviously, he gets healed up in the back to tank because obviously when you see on his face, I don't think he might have some on his body, but you never see it.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really know.
No.
I mean, and we know that the back to tanks can remove those types of injuries anyway because they did it on Boba Fett.
Yeah, you see.
And he had those injuries for fuck knows how long.
Yeah, so obviously you've got the gets healed up, and then he kind of comes out, and then you start getting on with like what the mission's going to be. It's like, oh, we're going to go get Leia. Obi-Wan's like, I'm going to join in. It's like, no, you're weak. He again is stubborn, and it's like, I've got this. So they hatch their plan to go get Leia. And she... Where was it she was taken again?
The Fortress. Inquisitorius.
That's the one. So it's like, okay, we're going to have to come up with a plan of how the hell we're going to break into the headquarters of the bloody Inquisitors. And it's like, okay, that's a ballsy move.
What I find very strange is the fact that they used exactly the same method that they used in Fallen Order. You'd think they would have put security in place after that happened last time.
Yeah, that's true, but again, you wouldn't think that people were either brave enough or stupid enough to go to the headquarters of the fucking Inquisitors.
True.
It's like, how many are there?
At least
Okay, so
10?
there's at least 10. But at that point, the second sister was killed. She was dead.
Yeah.
Was she not?
She was at that point.
Okay,
yeah.
so there's still nine Inquisitors.
Probably about 8, because I think the other one died too. From Fallen Order, I think she's dead as well.
The ninth sister?
Yes. So while we didn't see her die, it's implied that she did.
Wasn't she?
He cut off her arm and he stabbed her and she fell off the tree, didn't
I
she?
was nearly said what happened to the second Inquisitor in a sight, and then it just appeared to me, Vader.
Vader killed her.
Where she's there like going on in a little speech, and then just drops out of nowhere,
And just impales her through the chest.
And it was like, oh, I'm here. What the hell is that? Oh. So it's like, he's behind me, isn't he? Yeah.
Like some next level fucking Aerith shit.
It's like, there's something behind me, isn't it? Yeah. It's Vader, ain't it? Stabbed through the chest. Yeah, it's Vader. You just hear that breathing. It's like, it's Vader.
It's like, you have failed me for the last time.
It's like, you have failed me for the last time, second just down. It's like, alright, calm down. It's like, tone it down a bit.
It was like, you have failed in your duties, Inquisitor.
Failed
Boom.
in your duties for the last time, second sister. It's like, yeah. It's like, you should know, second sister, don't fuck with Vader. Plain and simple. Unless you're the Emperor, don't fuck with this dude. Seriously. Unless you're either the Emperor, Luke, or Obi-Wan. Stay away from Vader. The Inquisitors are nothing to him. They're just toys for him to dispose of when he's done playing.
I always liked that bit in Rebels when he showed up. And poor Ezra, the poor bastard. He's like, is that another Inquisitor? And Obi-Wan's like, no, sorry, not Kanan. Kanan's just like, nope.
There was like, is that an Inquisitor? No.
He's like, no, that's a Sith. And you're like, shit.
Like, is that an Inquisitor? No, that's a Dark Lord of the Sith. That guy's here to fuck you up.
Like, he was fucking savage in that episode. Like, he literally almost decapitated Ezra with his own lightsaber. You're like, what? Like, I thought this was a kid's show. He almost decapitated this kid. Jesus.
Wait. Did Vader and Maul fight in that?
No.
Oh. God, that was a wasted opportunity.
No, Ahsoka fought Maul, and she beat him.
God damn it, that was such a wasted
It could
opportunity.
have.
Oh.
It would have been good.
That was because at that point, they brought back Darth Maul. Vader's here. Let's have a fight. Okay, Vader would have taken Maul.
Fucking easily. Easily.
He would have taken it.
He would have ripped his shit apart.
But my God, I think
It would have been awesome.
that would have been a fight. Darth Maul, because Jesus Christ, is he fucking nimble.
Don't matter how fucking nimble you are, man. He's stronger than you.
Because it was like, oh yeah, he's nimble. Plus, it's like his double-bladed lightsaber. I'm sorry, the double-bladed lightsaber is my favourite. I love it. I love it above everything else because it's so fucking cool. And it's like, oh, so you're Palpatine's new bitch.
Yeah, but knowing Vader, if you come at him with a double-bladed lightsaber, you'll probably rip it in half.
He will just be like, the hell was this? 2 combined into 1? No.
Snap.
Snap. And I was like, now take both of them back and fight me like that. It's like, hold up a second, who told you could do that? And I was like, look, I'm Vader, I can do what I want. What you can do about it? I as one-sided that fight would have been, I would love to have seen it. They were practically in the same location. And it was like, can we just have Maul versus Vader? And like, oh, so you're Palpatine's new apprentice. You're my replacement. And it was like, the hell are you? It was like, Zabrakian? The fuck are you doing? What the hell are you doing here? What the fuck are you doing here? You've come a hell of a long way from your planet, Zabrak. Go back.
Well, he's a Dathomirian Zabrak, though, isn't he? He's from Dathomir.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. So it's like, what are you doing here? Shoo, go away.
They'd be like, wait a minute, aren't you from Dathomir? Didn't we, like, kill your entire race?
It was like, how are you here? Yeah, he's a Dathomirian Zabrak, ain't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like...
Yeah, Count Dooku killed their entire race,
like,
basically.
How are you here? Weren't you slaughtered by Dooku? Like, years ago, when your entire species practically eradicated. And it was like...
It was either Dooku or General Grievous. I can't remember which one. It might have been Grievous. I know Dooku was there, but I think it was actually Grievous that wiped most of them out.
Was it? Yeah.
I think so. It was one or the other.
Was it Grievous or was it Dooku? I mean...
I know Dooku was there.
Maybe it was Grievous. Oh god, that's even worse. That's even worse. And it was like, who was you all killed by? Grievous. And it was like, have you seen that guy? He's got 4 arms. He moves like a spider. I'm sorry. I've always hated that about Grievous. Whether it's in the movie, whether it's in the animated series, or whether it's in a video game, I hate that about Grievous. He moves like a fucking spider. I hate that. I hate it so much, it creeps me out. I hate it. I hate spiders. No.
And then what does this fucking spider droid?
I know. I hate spiders with a burning passion. They're the epitome of monsters. I don't care. People say, oh, but they're good for the environment. Fuck you. Fuck your environment. There was like, oh, there's like 500 trillion spiders. Good. Give me a flamethrower. I'm burning them. What about the environment? Oh, bollocks to it. Nature will heal itself. Screw you. Screw your environment. Fuck your 8-legged creatures. I'm eradicating them. And they're like, oh, but you're going to bring imbalance to Earth. Tough shit. Find something else to replace spiders. We don't have nothing else. Well...
Scorpions.
There we go. I nearly said inbreed. It's like, let's genetically modify scorpions. Why? Why not? With science, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Doesn't make it...
A scorpion is basically like a cross between a spider and a wasp.
Okay.
And a crab.
I hate that so much about Grievous. Is there like, okay, it's so great for getting away from anything, right? The fact that he can
But
just...
it is creepy, yeah.
And it's just there like, no, and he just goes up a wall, and I'm like, I hate him so passionately because he's like a fucking spider. He can go wherever he wants and do whatever the fuck he wants. You ain't gonna test him for shit. No. No. Big no, double no.
A giant spider with lightsabers.
That's what makes it 10 times worse. It was like, how many limbs has he got? Many.
6.
Okay. How many lightsabers has he got? 4. Oh, for the love of Jesus. And he can just spin him around like he's a goddamn aeroplane. Like, it's like, no.
Clearly the prototype for the Inquisitor's lightsabers.
No, I know. I said, don't get me wrong, right? General Grievous, fantastic character. Fuck him for being a spider. Absolutely. They're just like, oh, you seem agitated. Bet your damn ass I'm agitated. I'm agitated by spiders. I hate them. I hate them. I said, small spiders I don't mind. The bigger the spider, the more I hate it.
No tarantulas.
No, right? So, not only are tarantulas big, fucking hairy. It's the fact that they're big, they've got fucking, 6 eyes, 8 legs, and they're fucking hairy like a Wookiee. That's complete bollocks. No, I know we've gone off topic, but fuck nature. Nature can kiss my ass. Nature can kiss my ass. And it's like, oh, I've got a creature.
So basically, it's General Grievous wearing a Wookiee pelt.
No. Fuck you. Fuck you for even suggesting that. I hate that so much. I fucking hate that so much. No. Oh my god. No! I've got that mental image in my head now of Grievous in a fucking Wookiee pelt. I hate that so much. No.
Let's get back to something else.
We had to get back to something else. I can't go on another.
So what about the vault? The vault that Obi-Wan
vault?
finds. Yeah. He opens it and there's
I was like, vault? What vault? And all I kept thinking of was Grievous in a Wookiee pelt.
He opens that vault and he sees all of those Jedi bodies in
basically amber, like what you see in like Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Clearly life ain't finding a way this time.
wow. I mean, I have seen people say, oh, one of the characters that they don't show was Windu. And it's like, no. Really
And it was
not.
just sitting there and I'm just like, just because he's a black guy wearing robes doesn't automatically mean
It's
Mace
Mace
Windu.
It was like, okay, you would have thought if there's one character that Obi-Wan would have recognised and then the camera would have turned around and showed you, it'd have been Mace fucking Windu. They're like, oh, what happened to Mace Windu? Oh, there he is. Well, there
He
we
got
go.
turned into a wall
And
decoration.
it's like, now we know where Windu is. He's dead.
It's a wall decoration.
It's like, them like that in that amber is like Han Solo in the car. It's like, yeah, I'm going to use him as my pelt. I'm going to put him up on my ceiling. Like, you know, like when you see with hunters and they put the head... Yeah, like, yeah, I want to do that with Han. No. They would have shown you... If Mace Windu was there, they would have shown you.
Yeah.
They wouldn't leave that at and just not show that. To have that big revelation so you can finally find out what happened to Master Windu. No. They would have showed it. 110%. And the thing is, if Mace Windu was actually dead, it would have broken Obi-Wan 10 times as much. It'd have broken him so much more. So I was like, okay, there are other Jedi here, younglings and whoever else, but Master Windu, okay, he survived, and that's what happened to him. It'd have broken Obi-Wan. He'd have broken that. He would have struggled with the rest of the mission because of what happened to Windu.
Yeah.
Because I have seen people saying that, you know, the youngling that you see, he's apparently that kid that is in the Jedi Temple that's like, what are we going to do now, Master Skywalker?
Yeah, but then again, it couldn't be because he's killed that kid already.
Now, a mate of mine at work, do you know what he said about that scene? He said, you know the way you see the kid jump back? He's like, do you know why he jumped back? And I was like, go on. He said, because Hayden Christensen said boo. So he's like, Hayden Christensen was just standing there, tower over, and his kid looking at him, he just went boo. And that kid shit himself and jumped back. And I was like, you're serious? He's like, oh, yeah. That's what happened. There was like Hayden Christensen looked at that kid and just went boo. And the kid was like, well, fuck this. But it was at the same time that he jumps back, that he ignites the lightsaber. I think the way they done that was beautiful. What are we going to do now, Master Skywalker? Boom. Fuck! He's going to kill us all. It's like, no, fuck this.
Yeah, I think the most interesting part about that scene in Revenge of the Sith actually is that when he ignites the lightsaber, it actually has Vader's sound rather than his normal lightsaber sound.
Yeah. It's so cool. It's like, what are we going to do now, Master Skywalker? Boom. It's like, oh, well,
See, the problem is he triggered him by calling him Master.
Yeah, it's like,
because as we all know, that's not a rank he achieved.
It's like, you could sit on the Jedi Council. Alright, cool. You're not going to be a master. What? It's like, you can't do that. And it was like, what are we going to do now, Master Skywalker? So it's like, alright, he achieved some. It's like, you're calling him something he never achieved. That's like telling Vegeta to turn into Super Saiyan 3.
I mean, to be fair, technically Vegeta probably could.
He
He
could.
just doesn't because it's pointless.
Well, I mean, okay, yeah, he transforms into Super Saiyan 3 in Dragon Ball Heroes, but he's there like, I don't need Super Saiyan 3 because it's bullshit.
Shit, why
It's
would
shit.
you?
So it's like, okay, yeah, my power is what? Times 400, but I don't need it because it drains my ki so much. But the thing is if you perfect it like Kumba, you're fine.
No drawbacks.
But yeah, it's like he triggered Anakin by calling him Master. And it's like, wow.
But yeah, I don't think it's that kid. I think it is a youngling, but probably not that
It's
kid.
a youngling. It's definitely not that kid because he's dead in the Jedi
And
Temple.
I think the woman that Kenobi saw, I think that was actually Roken's wife.
Yes.
Because they show her, and you're just like, she doesn't look like a Jedi. But she's clearly a Force sensitive, which is why she's in this amber. And I was just like, that's probably Roken's wife, the one that he was talking about. The one that got kidnapped.
Yeah. More than likely, that is his wife. But as I said, one, that's not that kid that's like, Master Skywalker.
No, because that kid got murked that day.
He's dead on Coruscant. He's probably still dead, laying on the floor.
A pile of bones now.
He's still he's a pile of bones. And Palpatine's is like, good.
He probably fed it to his next few.
He probably kept them bones in his goddamn office like some sick freak. I'm going to keep this youngling in my office. Remind me of what I have done. It's like, alright, calm down, you old fucking freak.
Grind them up and use them as fertilizer.
Oh, I'm going to use these as death sticks, my friend. It's like, no, we're not going to go. Why can't I do death sticks? I'm the Emperor. It's like, alright, I'm not going to argue with that, but hey-o. It's okay. So the kid in the end, but that's definitely not that kid.
But I think he was supposed to look like that kid as like an Easter egg.
Probably, yeah. But as I said, it's not the kid that triggered Skywalker by calling him Master.
I think like
is that Roken's wife? Yes. Is Windu there? No.
I don't think so.
No.
I mean, they wouldn't have put it there.
As I said, you wouldn't have him there and not show it because it's just bullshit. It's just not fair that you're just going to avoid showing Windu so that in a way fans have closure to know what actually happened to Mace Windu. Is he dead? Maybe. Is he alive? Maybe. It's a 50-50 chance.
No, I mean, you know the rule with TV shows, but if there's not a body, then you can't say they're dead for real.
It's not just that, though, is no one in Star Wars really dies. Unless you're Qui-Gon Jinn. Then you're dead. It's like, Maul was kind
Or
of...
Anakin's mum.
Oh, that's too soon. That's too soon to bring up Shmi. You don't bring her on, dude. You're just going to trigger him anymore.
Or Padme.
Oh, really? Do you want to just piss off Vader? I thought we already discussed we're not going to mess with Vader.
I mean, at this point in time, he's already gone. So
He's there like, Anakin. He's there, it's like, it's Vader. Alright. How's your mum? It was like, weren't you married to Senator Amidala? It's like, could we not talk about her? Who? My mum or my wife?
Why did you say that name?
It's like why? Oh, because they're dead. It was like, say that one more time. It's like, a challenge. Yeah, a challenge you were bestowed upon me. Accept it I will. Shmee.
And as he's strangling you, he would literally be saying, "Why did you say that name?"
And it's like, why did you say my mom's name? God damn it. It was like, I didn't mention sand. Fuck you. No. But, okay, so the whole sand thing, I completely understand why he's like, I hate sand. Because it reminds him of his horrible life. The death of his mother, slavery, and every bad thing that happened in his life.
Yeah, well, I mean, he was born on Tatooine as a slave on the sandy planet, so yeah, I would probably hate sand too.
And that was the last thing that was surrounding his mum, beside Tuscans, when she was executed. So, okay, a lot of people obviously take the piss out of him for saying, I hate sand. So it's like, was that the time to bring it up when you're talking to Padme? No. But the whole thing of, I hate sand, I completely understand what I said. That's why I understand why he said it, because it reminds...
I mean, to be fair, I don't like sand, so...
No one likes sand because it gets fucking everywhere. The only thing that's worse than sand is glitter. Because it stays on you forever.
Or Jar Jar Binks.
No. You leave Jar Jar out. I will not have you badmouth Jar Jar. No. I will not have you badmouth Jar Jar. Misa like a Jar Jar. Ooh, Misa like a Jar Jar. I was like, no, I accept Jar Jar Binks. He is the true Dark Lord of the Sith. Fuck everyone else. He's the true... I'm sorry. Could you imagine if George Lucas there was like, alright, I'll get rid of Jar Jar. And then he doesn't, and then just does the ultimate troll in cinema history. They're like, oh yeah, the actual true Dark Lord of the Sith, one pulling all the strings, is really Jar Jar Binks, which is what he was going to do. Until everyone was like, no, fuck Jar Jar.
We hate Jar Jar.
I love Jar Jar. I don't care
Why?
I don't care what anyone says. Oh, Annie, you also come back to me, sir. I love Jar Jar Binks.
Every time I see him, I just want to strangle him.
No, Misa like the Jar Jar. And so it's like, yeah, but do you think? Look how sad it is.
He would be my dark side trigger. I would kill
him. What Jar Jar Binks?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I hate him enough.
Yeah, but it's like what they done in Robot Chicken when Vader's just there and he just turned up as the Force goes, oh look, Misa back, Misa's so shiny and sparkly. So it was like, and then Vader's like, oh god damn it, this guy's back again. I thought I got rid of this dude. Oh, Misa back. Oh god, could you imagine like The Shining, but with Jar Jar Binks?
That would be a true horror movie.
God, could you? It's like, you know, okay, I've not actually seen The Shining, but I know the scene. Whereas it was like, you know, where he breaks through the door, and it was like, here's Johnny, and it was like breaks through the door, and it's like, Misa back. That would have been brilliant.
I have seen Shining, and I know exactly what point you're talking about.
I think that would have been brilliant. Where he just turns around and it's like, oh, Misa back. It's like,
And I would have seen that scene and gone, God fucking damn it.
I'm sorry, I love Jar Jar Binks. I think he's just brilliant. I think he's so much fun. It's like he's so. See, the thing is, he's quote unquote a complete moron. He was made a general. The fuck?
That just shows you how incompetent the Republic military are.
But as I said, I think it.
He was made a senator, which
they should have. I think George, if it weren't for the backlash, or if he was brave enough to do it and just still went ahead and made him out to be an actual idiot, where he was the true Dark Lord of the Sith, I'd have been the ultimate. Fuck you. It was like, oh, you hate this character? Well, guess what? He's the actual true Dark Lord of the Sith. It's like, oh, Oh no.
It was all an act.
And so it's like, it was all an act to make you think he's nothing but a clown, but Jesus Christ, he's powerful. It's like, oh, I didn't see that coming. So it's like, that would have been a plot twist that not even M. Night Shyamalan would have fucking thought of.
But realistically, if M. Night Shyamalan came up with it, it'd still be bad. So it doesn't.
Yeah, but it was still a plot
twist. He's good for plot twists. That doesn't necessarily mean they're good plot twists.
Yeah, but it would have been a plot twist that not even he would have seen coming. It was like, oh yeah, this guy, he's a complete and utter useless muppy. He's a complete moron. He's a clown. He's hopeless and useless beyond belief. But oh fuck, it was just a whole troll. He's the actual true Dark Lord of the Sith. Nope. It'd have been fun though. But it's the thing that's like, oh yeah, Jar Jar. He ended up, it's like Jar Jar gets a girlfriend before most other people get a girlfriend. So it's like, well, Jar Jar clearly gets bitches. So it's like, oh, Misa like you. Oh. I said, I love Jar Jar Binks. I think he's fun. I know people despise him with a burning passion. They hate him. I love Jar Jar. I think he's so much fun. And I just think that voice of his is brilliant. I think Ahmed Best done a fantastic job as Jar Jar Binks. Okay, yeah, he got a lot of shit for it. I mean, he suffered a hell of a lot of depression, even contemplated suicide.
You can hate a character, but you shouldn't take it out on the person that makes.
That's like what's happened. Like we spoke about before, what's happened with was it Moses Ingram who plays Reva? People are attacking her, and it's like, well, don't attack her. It's not her goddamn fault the way her character's been written. I don't actually mind her character. I think her development could have been slower and more spread out and thought out.
I think for some people it highlights the more annoying qualities of Anakin and embodies it in a new person, and that's probably why they hated it.
It's like, yeah, the thing is, she was wrote to be that way. She was wrote to be an annoying person that you don't like. It's not the actress's fault. The actress does a fantastic job. As I said, I'm intrigued and I like the character of Reva. Would I like to see more of her? Yeah. Due to them obviously doing a spin-off series about her. I think it might be a bit too quick. I can understand why they've done it, but as I said, I think they should have slowed down her character development more and allowed her to progress and actually give her more character development.
Well, I mean, that spin-off makes more sense than Andor, to be fair.
Yeah, but
nobody was asking for that.
No one asked for Andor, but Jesus, is that gorgeous.
It could be.
Have you not seen the trailer for that?
I have.
I want Andor. To me, that looks absolutely gorgeous. It's like I said to you before.
I've seen it, but I was watching it and I was just like, but I don't understand why. Why does this series need to exist? As a character, I didn't find Andor as appealing.
But as I've said to you before, though, I'm more intrigued by characters who are not Force sensitive. I want to see other aspects of the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, which I agree with.
You know, people who were not like clone troopers, shock troopers, stormtroopers, people who are Force sensitive, politicians, and all this bull. I don't want to see regular ass people. I'm cool. As I said, I think that they're more interesting in a way, and I like that type of aspect of stuff. I think it's more interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I agree as well. I mean, obviously, you mostly watch the Star Wars for the lightsaber battles and stuff, obviously.
Obviously, because everyone likes
But let's not forget, when Rogue One came out, it was fucking awesome.
Yeah, because most of it didn't revolve around lightsabers.
And I mean, we got a bit at the end with Darth Vader, which was just basically candy, but...
As I said, that...
It wasn't the focus.
That Rogue One scene, for me, of Vader in the hallway is perfection. To me, it's the greatest bit of cinema ever.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why they replicated it with Luke in The Mandalorian.
But they replicated it, but to me, it doesn't have the same effect.
No, because Luke isn't as aggressive or as violent, that's why.
And it's not as intimidating as goddamn Vader.
Of course not, but then Luke isn't supposed to be intimidating.
No.
He's supposed to inspire hope.
So, getting back to where we were, right? So
We're in the vault.
we're in the vault. They've got all that. But what? Okay, and it's true. A lot of people had a problem with that episode. How the fuck is she talking on that communicator and the bloke next to her is like ignoring her? How the hell was she getting away with that?
The thing that you forget, the thing that you're forgetting about that is her rank in the Imperial Army.
She's a captain?
Yeah, she's a captain, and that guy's probably like what? Private, something.
Yeah, okay,
So basically, they're not going to question their superior, because if they do, they're going to get their ass sent to the brig.
Yeah, he's not going to question her, but the thing is it's suspicious as hell because it's so out of place. Why would she be kind of hunched over, whispering into a little communicator at a station like that? Nah, for me...
Yeah, but then that guy mysteriously disappears, so to me, it feels like that she actually got rid of him.
Oh, she killed the other guy.
Yeah, she killed the other one, so I was just like, yeah, but that guy disappeared, so I'm just like, she probably killed that guy as well.
I don't know, but to me, I had a whole problem with that whole sequence. To me, it was a bit too unrealistic and a bit too bullshit that she can just sit there, like, what, 3 feet from this dude and she's talking to Obi-Wan and he just, like, I said, yeah, you might be right that he's like, I'm not going to question her. She's an officer. She's a captain. She's not a lieutenant. I'm just going to ignore this. But it's like she's saying things that sound suspicious and he just ignores it. And it's like, I'm not going to get up, walk away and go report this to a superior. To me, the whole thing was...
Yeah, I mean, it's messy, but the fact that he literally disappears later kind of implies to me that she
probably took care of him, but still, that whole thing is while she's talking to Obi-Wan like that, and he's not even a little bit suspicious, regardless if she's a captain or not. The fact that there's nothing.
But it could also point back to what you were saying earlier. Like, he could have just been thinking, it's probably nothing. I mean, who in their right mind would try to attack the fortress of the Inquisitors?
Yeah. They were like, alright, no one's going to be stupid enough to attack the headquarters of the Inquisitors. That's true. And he's probably thought, should I question the ranking officer? And it's like, no.
It could quite obviously be that he was suspicious, but he didn't want to report it because if he was wrong, he's going to get a bomb.
Oh, God. If he'd reported out and it just turned out and you were like, I'm sorry, what did he say? I've done what? It's nonsense. So it's like, it's like, look at me. I'm a captain. This is my name. This is what I've done. Oh, these are the things. Yeah, okay. How dare you question a fucking respected captain in the Imperial Force? No, God, no. You're an idiot. It's like, where are we going to send him to? Send him to the worst. It's like, fuck it, send him Hoth.
Send him to Hoth.
See, that's basically like the Star Wars version. It's like, you fucked up. What are we going to do? Send him to the Eastern Front. Like,
I think what you're forgetting though is that no one was actually stationed on Hoth. Hoth is where the rebels were hiding.
Fuck it, doesn't matter. Go to Hoth. It's kind of shit. Go to Hoth.
Send him to fucking Tatooine.
So it's like, right. What are we gonna do? So it's like, he fucked up. So it's like, how are we gonna fix this?
Send him to the Outer Rim.
Send him to the Outer Rim. So it's like, how are we gonna deal with this? It's like, how are we gonna put fear into this guy? He's never gonna do it again. Send him to Mustafar. I'm sorry, we're gonna send him where? Mustafar. To Vader's castle? Yeah. You were like, we need to instill fear into this guy. How else are you going to instill fear into someone other than sending him to Lord Vader? You're going to send him to the Emperor because the Emperor will be like, fuck are you doing? What the hell are you sending this guy to me for? I have high-ranking officers and Vader for a reason. I've got the Inquisitors for a reason. It should never get to my office. Get rid of him. So
I think that's also part of it because, like, if he's wrong, he could be sent somewhere else, or he could straight up be executed.
He'd be straight up like thrown in prison.
But it shows you like the difference in power if you think about it. Because like when you see fucking Moff Tarkin, no fucker's gonna be questioning Moff Tarkin. No one.
I didn't realize.
No one questions Moff Tarkin.
I didn't realize until I looked it up that Grand Moffs are only the 5th highest rank. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? The 5th? It's like, oh yeah. It was like, well, who's at the top? It's like, well, obviously, besides the Emperor, is Vader.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't realise that the Grand Moffs were only the 5th. And I was like, well, that's still quite badass, you know. But
And it's just like, yeah, no one is going to be questioning Moff Tarkin. Nobody.
no. And really, it's like, even at times, he was getting pissy with Vader. And Vader's like, God, this guy's getting on my nerves. It's like, I want to kill him, but I can't because the Emperor likes him. What do I do? It's like, just let him go, dude. Just...
I think with Tarkin and Vader, I think their relationship was more thought out in the comic books, because there's actually the reason why he listens to Moff Tarkin in the first place is because he actually respects him.
Yeah, he respects him, but the thing is what he don't like is Moff Tarkin knows who he is. He knows he's Anakin.
Yeah.
And
the only reason why he's still alive is because he respects him.
Yeah, if he didn't respect him, he'd be dead. Doesn't Grand Admiral Thrawn know?
Grand Admiral Thrawn implied that he does know, but he didn't elaborate. He basically talked to Vader, and Vader was just like, we will not speak of this again. And he was just like, fair enough.
It was like, if you mention to anyone that I'm Anakin, I will end you.
The fact that's because they did a mission into the Outer Rim, and they were the missions were very similar, and he kind of figured it out from there, because, you know, Thrawn's quite smart.
No,
and he basically implied his suspicions to Vader, and Vader was literally just like, we'll not speak of this again. Yeah. So he kind of confirmed.
I mean, the thing is, like, Grand Admiral Thrawn is intelligent beyond belief.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it has come out, but they were going to do a death battle between Captain Picard and Thrawn, and it's like, that's not even a contest. Thrawn will wipe the floor with him any day of the week. He's Thrawn, like.
The only reason why the rebellion survived is because Ezra took out Thrawn.
Yeah. But so, as I said, that whole sequence annoyed me. But at the end of the day, it happened. As I said, I didn't like it, but it happened the way it did. And then,
yeah, you'd think people would be a bit more snaky, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but then you'd think they should have done it a bit better than that. You know, as I said, we were only a few feet from someone. It's like, okay, go here, 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 and here. It's like, what the fuck is she doing? But then, no, I guess that's really all I've got for that bit. So what's next? Reva going to Vader and then him giving her the rank of Grand Inquisitor?
No, I think he didn't officially give her the title. He said that she can lead the hunt. What was it? It was their escape that was next.
Oh, no, yeah, you're right. He didn't give her the rank. He just said, like, look, fail me again, I'll dispose of you. But succeed, and I'll make you Grand Inquisitor.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah. Sorry, I got myself confused. And then obviously she goes back and tells, what was it, the 6th sister and the 5th brother?
Mm-hmm.
And then they're just kind of like having a pissy contest. But I think the 5th brother's more powerful than what she is.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He even displayed it, like, he just drags her down with the Force, and it's like...
don't forget, before he became an Inquisitor, he was a fully trained Jedi.
Yeah, so it's like, look, don't even get in my way, 3rd sister, because I will be the next Grand Inquisitor. She's like, yeah, alright, we'll see about that. So she obviously tells them what to do, and they have no choice but to listen, because she's got orders from Vader himself. And it's like, and I was like, oh, okay, is that how you want to be, 5th brother? Well, I went to go see Lord Vader. And it's like, hold up a second, you went to see Lord Vader? What'd he say? I'm leading this hunt and search for Obi-Wan. You will do as I command. Nah, I'm not going to. It's like, I'm sorry, you disobeying Vader? No, and get on with it then. I
think that part in particular was in the 3rd episode, wasn't it? That was before they found him. That part where she was talking about that she's leading a hunt. That was when they were looking for him and they sent out the probes.
Yeah.
And then that's how they located him.
Yeah, no, you're right. I'm getting myself mixed up.
Yeah, but I think so. They did the thing, and then obviously the fifth brother kind of sneaked his way in there to present the information, and
So like,
then they had to rescue Leia, and the third sister was trying to
but the way
interrogate her.
the way they were sneaking that was a bit bore. It was like, yeah, we're gonna walk out with like cloaks and hoods and shit, and no one's gonna pay any attention. Like, again, I think that I
think that part worked in their favour because they were evacuating at the time.
Yeah, I don't know how else they would have got how else you'd have gone about it. To me, it was like, okay, they looked suspicious,
but everybody's evacuating, so it's
they
kind of
might not have been paying.
They might have been in a hurry.
That bit was cool, but the way like the ships and that turn up, and then just one the way
the T-47s.
Yeah, the way one of them gets blown up, it was like, okay, that is cool. That whole bit was good, as there was like, hold up a second, why the hell has no one spotted that guy right there? As there was like, he's covered in stuff. Why the hell have you not noticed him? Oh, but I do apologise, third sister. We're busy evacuating. It's like, idiots. And then she calls him out, and it's like, oh fuck, Kenobi's right here? Seriously? And it's like, yeah, because he's brazen enough that he can just walk up to you guys and you ain't gonna do shit to him.
Yeah, I think, as I said, the interrogation scene with Leia was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Like, she was trying to get information out of her, and she was like, nothing.
She was basically resisting her with the Force without realising it.
Yeah.
Because she was like, oh, I'm just gonna like mind hack this kid, and Leia's like, I ain't telling you shit. I was like, and then she must have been like, hold up a second, how the fuck is this kid resisting me? She must know that Leia is Force sensitive.
Well, I mean,
she must have picked up on that.
The way I look at it is, this is like an advanced form of a Jedi mind trick. Except you're forcing the information out. And as we know, if someone's got a really strong will, you can't use Jedi mind trick on them.
Yeah, but she's basically mind reading. She's not tricking her, she's just mind reading her. She's basically...
Yeah, but it's you're using a similar system, because basically when you're mind tricking someone, you're deliberately making their brain think something else. So you are manipulating their mind.
Yeah.
In this context, you're manipulating their mind, but in a more invasive way.
Yeah, but I think her actual Force ability in this sense is she's reading people's minds.
She's pulling information out of their mind, yeah.
Yeah. And there's the fact that Leia, as I said, at her age, still managed to resist that. She's like, hold up a second. There's something not right about this kid. How the hell was she able to do this? Gotta look into that.
Yeah, but the way she said that you're strong kind of implies that it could be because it's Force sensitive, but if that was the case, she would have reported that immediately to Vader because she's Force sensitive. So I think she's kind of chalking it up to it being more of a willpower situation.
Possibly.
Because let's not forget, she used it on the fake Jedi dude, and his willpower's like rubbish.
Yeah. Yeah, it's possible. But that whole sequence of events...
So then, the only other time we've seen someone directly resist that kind of power was in Force Awakens. And that was Rey, and that was mentioned specifically that it was the Force.
No. No. I'm not having that, and I'm not having that. No, I'm not having that with Rey, and we're not going into that. But Rey and her bullshit hacks, I'm not accepting it. No.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that's the only time that someone else has resisted it that I can think of.
Yeah, I won't argue with that, but,
No, sorry. A New Hope, even though we didn't see it, Leia resisted torture then as well.
What, with the probing droid?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right with Rey, but that was plot armor, so...
Oh, yeah. Bullshit,
that was just bullshit plot armor. So... What was it that come after where they evacuated?
So that was then they were trying to get towards the ships, and then the T-47s came in and started shooting shit. So they
during the evacuation.
Yeah.
I like that. And the way that like one escapes and there's like, oh, we're gonna make it. It's like blowing up and it's like,
nope.
Oops. Was that the end of the episode?
It was, yeah.
Yeah. As I said, I mean, like, it was obvious that one of them was going to blow it up. I mean, it's just kind of... How is it... What was it that she done again to destroy that ship?
I think...
She threw something at it, wasn't it?
I think she threw a gonk droid at it.
Don't remember.
I think she threw a gonk droid at it, and if I remember correctly, I think gonk droids are like ammunition droids.
Whoops.
So she threw basically explosives at it.
Yeah. No, fuck Grievous. I'm sorry.
You still got that in your brain.
I'm sorry, I've still got that goddamn mental image of General Grievous in a Wookiee pelt fucking running around. Oh my god.
I guess I want to draw a picture for you.
No!
Help me with your fears.
No, because I will just burn it. I will just burn it. I don't care what you say, I will burn it. So it's like, people really like...
I'll laminate it so you can't burn it.
Oh, you are a monster. What the hell is wrong with you? Why would you do something that cruel? That's just sick. What the fuck is wrong with you? Oh, don't worry, I'm just going to do this. This is like... Wow. Cruel. Well, I think we'll end it there. Because I don't really want to go on another 20-minute rant about why I despise spiders. Because, you know, they're the product of Satan himself. No.
I thought that was snakes.
No. Spiders. Snakes are cool. Spiders, no. No, that's it. We're going to end it like that. It's not really how I wanted to end that, but we're going to end it with me going on again and complaining about why spiders are the devil. And literally the epitome of Satan. If Satan was here, I'd be like, listen, you fucking horned cunt. I'm going to bend you over this table. I'm going to fuck you like the bitch you are for creating this fucking 8-legged thing. Okay, that's a weird way to end this. That I'm going to end up basically fucking the devil because he created spiders. I think that's a really weird way to end it. Well, I think we'll leave it like that, and we'll try again next time. What do you think? All right, well, that's that then. We'll end it there.